Trump's attorney, Rudy Giuliani, says he will not testify before the House Intel Committee until there's been a formal impeachment vote and its chairman, Adam Schiff, is removed. Oh, into the void swoops Senator Lindsey Graham. He's invited Giuliani to testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee about possible corruption in Ukraine. So is Giuliani going to accept this offer? Back with now, Rudy Giuliani, Joe Digenova. Rudy, you're going to testify in the Senate.
I have to weigh that with my client and the other lawyers involved. It's not a unitary decision. What decision I make may affect the other decisions. I mean, I would love to testify and give me a half hour to point out Biden Inc. 4 decades of crime. I'd love to do it. I mean, it's going to be easier than pointing out the, 6 decades of mafia crime or Milken and Boesky.
What was going on with Perry? Everybody's all upset about that tonight. You and Rick Perry.
Rick Perry's done nothing wrong. I mean, he works for Donald Trump.
He was at the inauguration of Zelensky.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. He was there. And Senator Chris Murphy went and told Zelensky he better not cooperate with me. And a couple of other senators called him and said, don't cooperate with Barr. And nobody cares about that.
But did you debrief him after the trip or before the trip?
I'm not going to tell you my internal conversations. I talk to a lot of people. Not necessarily Rick, though.
Rudy, Cory Booker is someone who also is chomping at the bit to question you during the hearing.
Spartacus!
This is what he said.
I've never been in the arena. Spartacus.
I would savor the opportunity. I would, and especially if it's done publicly. And I know Rudy Giuliani is from New York, very close to Broadway. He loves the theatrics. His behavior has been despicable, and the lies and the half-truths and the deception that he's been doing at the direction of this president and beyond is unbecoming.
Unbecoming, despicable, just garden variety insults, Rudy.
I have to go in the arena with Spartacus? Gee, I don't know if I can handle it. I mean, he's a really tough guy. I don't know. Man, he really scares me. I mean, the guy was a terrible mayor. I mean, I was a mayor of a city. I turned it around. He was a mayor of a city, and they had more crime when he left than when he came in.
Newark's doing great, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Newark's doing fabulous.
Here's what...
I look up to Cory Booker.
Everyone's a tough guy out there, right? They're all tough guys. Like,
Cory's
going to take them and punch them. Biden's going to take them. By the way, Biden's been off the trail for, since what, Friday? You never see Biden.
What a clown. All right. Did you see Biden today? He completely lost it today. He completely lost it today. He started yelling at a reporter. First, it looked like he was sleeping. Absolutely. It was today, I think, in Las Vegas.
All right, gentlemen.
Maybe
here's
yesterday?
What sources told the Washington Examiner's Byron York about the whistleblower. Quote, the IG said the whistleblower had a professional relationship with one of the 2020 candidates. Okay, Joe, if this turns out to be true, isn't the Democrats keeping his or her identity secret just a total joke?
Well, this is why this notion that you're going to keep these witnesses secret while you were trying to nullify an election, commit regicide, and remove a president of the United States is ludicrous. Everybody knows that in all likelihood, Fusion GPS was involved with this person, this anonymous informant. I refuse to call him a whistleblower because he is not a whistleblower under the law. And everybody knows that there's a former FBI agent who worked with this whistleblower, as he's now called. So we're going to learn an awful lot about the fact that this person never wrote this document. It was drafted by a committee of political consultants and researchers and people affiliated with the Democratic National Committee.
Well, Adam Schiff should not be running these committees. He lied about contact with this whistleblower.
He's a witness.
On national television, he just lied.
Adam Schiff is a witness. You can't preside over a hearing where you're a witness.
No.
Also, how could it be possible that we can't test the credibility of these witnesses? I mean, you can't come to a conclusion unless you get a chance to test credibility. For example, this law firm, Campos, Stampos, or whatever the name of it is, was offering money to people. They were offering help with your mortgage, expenses. They were bribing the witnesses to come forward. You don't think I'd want to cross-examine the witness with that? Did you read it? Did you get any money? Did they offer you any money? Did you see Schiff? What did Schiff tell you? How much of this comes from Schiff?
These whistleblower laws have to be changed, though, right? They have to be. This can't happen again.
Wait, but this
whistleblower laws apply to a trial.
Here's the deal. This inspector general is a moron. When he wrote that analysis, He was wrong about the law. This was not a matter of grave concern, urgent concern. He got slapped down so badly by the Office of Legal Counsel when they analyzed the facts. This guy, Michael Atkinson, is a moron. There's no way around how bad a job he did. And he's an embarrassment to the Inspector General cadre.
Well, and now we know that there's a 2020 connection. 2020 Democrat connection to this whistleblower. And by the way, someone tried to criticize or question Byron York's reporting tonight. And even, I believe it was at Axios, said, no, it was just fine. He's right on. Byron York is spot on, is reporting about this. We're going to learn a lot more.
And it's going to get worse.
Yeah, well, today, Rudy, the State Department ordered Gordon Sondland, the EU ambassador involved in some of those Ukraine texts, not to appear for his deposition with House investigators, which, of course, it kind of makes sense given Cipolloni's letter, right? Which, of course, is drawing the ire of Schiff. Watch.
The failure to produce this witness, the failure to produce these documents, we consider yet additional strong evidence of obstruction of the constitutional functions of Congress, a co-equal branch of government.
Okay, Rudy, again, if you assert a privilege, if you assert a privilege, executive privilege, attorney-client privilege, deliberative process privilege, you are guilty of obstruction of justice. So there's no winning in this scenario.
I'd just like to explain to Little Schiff that propounding and presenting a false, completely false narrative of someone's guilt is called obstructing justice. He did it. He did it right in front of the American people. He did it for about 20 minutes. He did a total fictitious claim against, and he did it again earlier when he said he had evidence of Russian collusion. Hey, Schiff, where's your evidence?
And by the way,
you're a liar. I'm calling you out as a liar. You're a liar.
And by the way,
where's your evidence, Schiff?
They're hitting Sondland, by the way,
because
Joe.
You're a liar.
They're hitting Sondland, Ambassador Sondland, because he was a big donor to Trump. And I'm thinking, does anyone remember what Obama's donors were? Okay, Obama's donors. I mean, there was headline after headline complaining. I have to put one up on the screen about Obama's big. That's just what it is. You ambassador, unless you're a career diplomat, Obama hands out plum ambassador posts to big campaign donors. So stop going after Sondland because he was a donor.
If it weren't for double standards, Democrats would have no standards at all. I mean, this is just insanity. Just watching them get that tape of Schiff, just watching him bug-eyed, performing like a loon, and just mouthing these nostrums, which are just dumb and stupid and unsupportable legally. I mean, this is the chairman of a major committee, and Pelosi, trying to keep her dentures in while she's talking to him, is just there. Abiding by this. It's outrageous. It
really, and it would be funny if it wasn't a horrible trashing of our Constitution.
Yeah.
And that has repercussions. It has repercussions because it keeps our country bitter, divided. They think everybody thinks like them. They don't. There are a lot of people.
A lot of people are living their lives.
Really
they want
bitter,
the country
but they're
to work.
really bitter about what these people are doing.
I want to end with what Pat Cipollone wrote toward the end of his letter. The president has a country to lead. The American people elected him to do this job, and he remains focused on fulfilling his promises to the American people. He has important work that must continue on their behalf, both at home and around the world. People can laugh, like, oh, Kurd, you're upset about the Kurds. I get people are upset about the Kurds. These are USMCA, infrastructure. All these things are really important, and the safety and security of our country. He has to keep doing the people's business. They don't want him to do that. They want to paralyze this country.
And rooting out high-level corruption is enormously important.
We're going to learn more in the coming days. Joe, how confident you are in the next couple weeks? We're going to know a lot more from Horowitz, Durham, and the rest.
This is going to be bang couple of weeks.
You'll never be an incandescent ignoramus to me, Joe. Never. Okay, everyone's tweeting about incandescent ignoramus. Let's get that trending tonight on Twitter.
Right.
Rudy and Joe, both of you, thanks so much. Great to have you for such a long time.